Here's everything we know about Stargate Origins, coming up right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor and I am the Stargate Guy, where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. Well, Stargate Origins, it's been 20 years since Stargate SG-1 hit the small screen, and we are finally getting another Stargate series. Stargate Origins is all about Catherine Langford and her viewpoint from the very beginning of when they discovered the Stargate in Giza. At the making of this video, October 2017, we know that the show is actually in production. They have started filming. They have started making the show. It is no longer just a bunch of people sitting in a room trying to figure this out and pitch it to studios. It is going to happen. They are working on it. They are filming it right now. It is being filmed in California as opposed to Vancouver, Washington. And as far as we know about the actual storyline, all we know is that it's about Catherine Langford since she was a small child with her father digging up the gate all the way through whenever, quite possibly the beginning of the Stargate movie, where she convinces the Air Force to bring back the Stargate program and convince them to spend millions of dollars and literally throw it down a wormhole. Stargate Origins is going to be an only online show, which means anyone in the world can access it when it's out, theoretically. And in order to access that will eventually be on StargateCommand.co. There's a link in the description box down below. Now, we do know that the director is Mercedes Bryce Morgan, who is a relatively new director in Hollywood and only has a couple of titles to her name. However, keep in mind that at the beginning of Stargate SG-1, the directors that they got for that show weren't exactly well known at the time either. And it was Stargate who made their career. And they actually did a pretty damn good job. So even though we may not know anything about Mercedes really as a director apart from a couple of works, still have hope. Because even people who are unknown can do amazing things. Now, we do actually know some of the cast of the show. We do have actors' names, but we don't fully know what parts they're going to play. But we do know the main characters. Catherine Langford, the older Catherine Langford, is going to be played by Ellie Gal, which, if you say it quickly, sounds like illegal. Ellie Gal, Ellie Gal, Ellie Gal. She probably got that a lot. I'm sorry, Ellie. Now, this rather attractive person is going to play the lead, and she does have a couple of interesting titles to her name, doing mainly, well, daytime soap opera kind of stuff, a lot of drama. She just got done with a series of a retake of A Midsummer Night's Dream on television that was interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see what Ellie does with this character, and not only with the adventurous side of her, the whole let's go out there, let's find out what the Stargate does, but also the love side of things with Ernest. We do know that that relationship existed, and spoiler alert, season 1 of SG-1 got concluded. And since we already do have a couple of scenes firm in Stargate history as far as interaction between Ernest and Catherine, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they remake those scenes shot for shot or whether they omit those scenes. Now, the person who is going to play Professor Paul Langford, who is Catherine's father, is going to be a very familiar face to Stargate fans and Star Trek fans alike, and that's going to be Connor Trenner. Connor Trenner was Trip in Star Trek Enterprise and played the role of Michael in Stargate Atlantis. So I'm going to nip this in the bud right now. No theories about Professor Langford being a Wraith. Okay? No. None. Nipping that in the bud. Now, for other actors who are going to take part in Stargate Origins, I'm just going to read the list to you right now because there's so many different names that have been announced. It's going to be Salome Azizi, Philip Alexander, Michelle Jubilee Gonzalez, Daniel Rashid, Sarah Navratil, Shvan Aladdin, interesting name, Tunatil Arura, Derek Charlton, Justin Michael Terry, and Lincoln Weber Hope. Now, more information about who those people are actually going to play will be coming up sometime, eventually. We don't really know. But yet, those are going to be the faces that will portray, hopefully, our new favorite characters in the Stargate universe. Now, we do have a few clues about some of the sets that are going to take place. We do know that part of the first few episodes is going to take place in Catherine's bedroom when she was a small girl. We know this because the director has been keeping diary posts about what she's been doing day in, day out. Usually they're just a couple of sentences, maybe a paragraph, But part of that is that she mentioned that they were set dressing Catherine's bedroom as a child. And so they were trying to mix some feminine things like dolls with some adventurous things, some pictures of her and her father out on their adventures. We also know that they are going to be shooting some scenes in the desert, probably the Giza scenes, where they're actually trying to find this stairway to heaven or this gate of the gods. And part of it is going to be filmed on a dormant volcano. So here's hoping it doesn't kick up after 2,000 years. A lot of Stargate Origins is actually still under wraps, and MGM and the people down at Stargate Command are keeping a pretty solid lid on it and only letting out a few little bits of information at a time. So apparently they've learned something from the Star Trek and Star Wars franchises. Overall, I have very high hopes for Stargate Origins. I am really hoping that Stargate Origins will have a great reception from Stargate fans and that it will earn MGM and its affiliates plenty of moolah so that they will realize that Stargate is still alive and well with us fans. So that they will give us more Stargate content in the future, possibly with some awesome stories about what happened after Stargate Atlantis and SG-1 kind of ended. Let me know what you guys think about Stargate Origins, and if there's any big information that I left out in the comment section down below, and let me know what you think and hope this series will turn out. And if you like that video, go ahead and subscribe. Great Stargate content is coming out every week, where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. You can click on this video right here for an awesome theory about the Replicators, or you can click on this video right here for some awesome Stargate content. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side.